for joining Close Schools. And today I would like to start with thanking you for asking us to do more. Very encouraging. Thank you very much. So, and the next inquiry was now about adjectives, comparatives, and superlatives. Easy baby. Let me show you. Let's take a very simple adjective. Let's say sweet. Who doesn't like sweet things? And we'll go like this. You see? Here we have our sweet. Sugar is sweet. Pumpkin pies are sweet, right? You know what sweet is. Pina colada is sweet. So, but what is sweeter than an apple? You see, an apple is a very sweet fruit. But when you compare an apple with a banana is even sweeter than an apple. And you hear, we have the apple is sweet, the banana is sweeter than. And that's why we call this sweeter belongs to the family of comparatives, because I am comparing an apple with a banana. So a banana is sweeter than an apple. But what is sweeter than a banana? Well, I'd say a pumpkin pie. That means when I compare the apple, it's a sweet fruit. Banana is sweeter than an apple, but the pumpkin pie, that is the sweetest. So you see, we have sweet, sweeter than, and the pumpkin pie is the sweetest of all three. And this is why I call this here is the actual adjective. This here is the comparative, and you can see the word compare is already in there. But the sweetest, the pumpkin pie, that is the superlative. So you see, because the pumpkin pie is the sweetest of them all. And we can do that with most of the adjectives like that. Don't worry, that's fine. Rafa, do you have another example?
Loud. The music is loud.
Oh, yeah. The neighbors are happy when they hear loud music.
Or the stereo.
With an amplifier. A stereo with an amplifier is louder than just when you play guitar, when you play a little bit of music, right? So, when we compare the guitar with a stereo system plus amplifier, that is much louder than just guitar. But the loudest of them all, I tell you what, that is a tractor going past your house. That is the loudest of them all. Or a jet plane flying across your house. That is the loudest. Do you have another one? Kind. For instance, I'm sure you are a very kind person. I know Rafa is a very kind person. Now, who is kinder than Rafa? I don't know. I really don't know who is kinder than Rafa. But I know my mother. She was the kindest person I know in my life. So you see, I know Rafa is a very kind person. I don't know who's kinder than Rafa.
There are many people.
Get out of here. Leave my example. But I know my mama, she was the kindest. You see, it's very simple. And this works with most adjectives just like that. Can you find another example?
Bright.
I like the adjective bright. We can use bright in two ways, okay? Like, I can say, in summer in Germany, the sunlight is bright. We have really bright sunlight once the sun is shining. But the sunlight in Italy or in France is much brighter than in Germany in summer. Maybe you know Van Gogh. He loved Arles in France, and he chose Arles as his town to paint because the light there is just much, much brighter in summer than anywhere else in Europe. But I assure you that the sun in the Sahara Desert is the brightest, uncovered. So, you see, bright. The light in France and Italy in summer is much brighter than in Germany. But in the Sahara Desert, the sun is the brightest. So you see, I'm talking about light. Now, I can use the word bright also for people. Like bright, in this case, means like intelligent. So, you see, being an English teacher, I know a lot of bright people. That means I know a lot of intelligent people. So, there are a lot of bright people in this world who know so much, who can share so much knowledge. And some people, however, are brighter than others. That means they are more intelligent than others. But the brightest person I can think of at this moment, I know, is Albert Einstein. Do you know Albert Einstein? He is actually the brightest I can think of at this moment. You see? I know a lot of bright people. Some people are brighter than others. But I think at the moment that Albert Einstein is the brightest of them all. So, and here we go. Listen to this. You see, it goes bright, brighter, the brightest. Kind, kinder. The kindest. Sweet, sweeter, the sweetest. Okay? Now, you see, there are not very many syllables in this adjective. Let me show you the next trick that is really important. Intelligent. Look. Now, I said that here our adjectives are really short, right? So, intelligent is not very short. So, let's see what we can do with that. If there is a difference, and it is, because when you have more than two syllables, Barbara is intelligent. Claire is more intelligent. Claire is more intelligent than Barbara. But the most intelligent is still Einstein. Oopsie. So what happens? You go, when you look at the adjective and you think it's very long, you go intelligent, and then you have your syllables. So if you have more than 2 syllables, in an adjective, then you go, Barbara is intelligent or very intelligent, but Claire is more intelligent than Barbara. But I think the most intelligent person I can think of right now, that is Albert Einstein. Okay, Rafa, now please help me. You see, we have interesting. Aha, so we have more than 2 syllables. So, I think some films are really interesting. What do you think is more interesting than films?
Music.
Or is music the most interesting for you?
That is the most interesting.
Ah, so you see, for Rafa, music is the most interesting.
We would say films are interesting, documentaries are more interesting,
Oh, yeah.
and music is the most interesting.
Exactly. That's right. I fully agree with Rafa. You see, some films are really interesting. Documentaries are more interesting than films. And for Rafa, the most interesting is, of course, his beautiful music.
Okay, so for smaller words, you use like bright, brighter, brightest, kind,
Right.
kinder, the kindest,
Yeah.
and pretty, prettier, the prettiest.
That's
And for
right.
big words like intelligent, interesting, you say more intelligent, the most intelligent, or more comfortable, the most comfortable place.
Right.
I have a question. What about good and bad?
Oh, good thing you're asking. Let me wipe that board, okay? You ready for that? Again, we have here our wonderful steps. Now, what is happening with good? I like good coffee. What else is good for you, Rafa?
Ice cream.
Ooh, yes. But you know what?
That goes on top of the list.
Exactly. Just a minute. That's too fast, right? So, I love to drink a good cup of coffee, right? Now, what is better than coffee? Ooh, I can tell you, pina colada sometimes I think is better than coffee in the evening. Sometimes not always. As a special treat, I think pina colada is much better than coffee in the evening. But let me tell you something. Rafa said it earlier, ice cream. Yummy. Ice cream is the best of all. Imagine on a hot summer day sitting at an Italian cafe and getting ice cream. It's the best you can do on a hot summer afternoon. So, what's happening here? Well, don't worry. Okay, like when you compare that with what we had earlier, like sweet, sweeter, the sweetest, yeah, intelligent, more intelligent, the most intelligent. You see, most adjectives work too like that. Good is a little exception, and there are very few exceptions like that, where the word actually really changes. But, you see, I said good coffee is something really good to have, right? But what is better than coffee? It's a pina colada sometimes on a hot evening. But the best of it all is ice cream. So you see, the system with adjective, comparative, again, we have better than. Remember, in the other board, we could see sweeter than. The comparative is always, or 99% together with a than. So we say good, better than, the best. And here, the word changes for a change. Any questions?
What about bad?
Ah! Exactly! It's a dirty question because here exactly the same happens. Oh, today the weather is so bad in Germany. It's a bit rainy and it's cold. Wow, it's so bad. But I tell you what, it is getting worse. Than today. You see, today the weather is bad, it's cold and rainy, but I swear, in 1 month's time, the weather is worse. Really, really cold, much colder than today, and maybe even snow or snow slush. So you see, I like it warm. I like warm weather. But when you like warm weather, the worst weather of it all you can find is in the Arctic. That is the worst. The worst weather for me, because I like warm weather. So you see, warm weather is good for me. Cold, rainy weather is bad for me. But worse than cold and rainy weather is cold snow slush. And the worst temperature for me would be in the Arctic, even though they're beautiful pictures you can see in documentaries. But it would be the worst for me to go to the Arctic. It's just too cold for me. Any more questions, Rafa?
Was this lesson good? Or was it better than the last one? Or was this lesson the best?
I hope it was one of the best. Thank you very much. Okay, so if you have questions, write me and make sure to like our YouTube video